Hi, I'm Lynn Langett, and today I'm going to talk for 5 minutes about taking a look at PowerView, a new capability in SQL Server 2012. If you're like me and you haven't had time to really set up a whole SharePoint enterprise environment with a domain and everything else, you might like to try out this site that I found. Somebody on Twitter put this up. It's businessintelligencedemoportal.com. It's a kind of a partial version of working with PowerView. So what you can do inside of here is you can look at some reports, you can work with them just viewing them, and you can make some edits. You can't save, but because PowerView renders on edit and doesn't require a save for you to look at it, you can get some sense of working with it. So you can kind of do a lightweight tryout. So first I'll just kind of take you through what I see when I work with viewing. So we have, initially there's three reports. I made a copy of one, and you can see the reports here. And if I wanted to look at a specific report, I would just click on it, and it's very much a click type of environment, and I could pop it out. Of course, I could also go full screen, but due to the size of my video, I'm not going to do that. And then I can pop it in. Of course, you can click on any one field for filtering, and then inside of here you can also take a look at the filters, and you can have live filtering. So you can just click on the filter on the right, and you can have a simple filter and just click, and then it will be immediately filtered, multiple fields, and again you get the immediate rendering. Or you can have more advanced filters with a contains, a does not contain, so on and so forth. So if you're done with the filtering, you can then pop that back in, and then you can go to your next report by just clicking on the control here. Now this is meant to be rendered as part of SharePoint, and it requires Silverlight 5. So you might have to update your browser to work with this. I'm looking at it in Google Chrome, and it's working okay on Windows 7. I couldn't get it to work on a Mac side, and it could be just that I wasn't doing my update correctly, but I couldn't get it to work. This is a fun report. This is the bubble report over time. You can kind of see how that works. And there you can see the sales of products over time. So there's several different types of new viewers inside of PowerView, and I'm going to just go back to the original report, and I'll go into edit mode, and there I have one filter, so I'll take off my filter, go back to all, and I'll click on edit. And then again, you can get some sense of the different controls here. So you can see, you've got the controls that you're used to from reporting services like a table or a matrix, line, so on and so forth. But then there are some new types of controls specifically introduced in PowerView. And those include things like a card. Some of the attributes of the scatter are also new. So you can see when you're designing, it's the same type of interface as you've seen in working on a pivot table. So it's a drag and drop interface. So the target audience for this is really anybody that works with the data. It's really designed to be very much for the end users. So you can just add a value by just selecting it, and then it's going to add it to your particular view. You remove it by just unselecting it, and then if you want to be more specific, you can look at the more specific attributes here. So each of the controls is, and if I just click home, that's going to take me back to the viewing. So it's kind of a new paradigm because you're working with the report, and then back to the reading mode, and then you're also displaying it. Now one of the capabilities that is possible but you can't do in this demo is you can export to PowerPoint. The reason is this is I think a Microsoft internal demo, and it's set up with an authentication mode that doesn't work with this. So it's really just very lightweight. So if I go to another report type here, I go to this report and I click edit, you can now see working with the scatter. You have the context sensitive office style ribbon that most of your analyst type people will probably be familiar with. And you can work with the individual items, or you can go into the layout and you can work with the obvious things like the title, the labels, the series, the animation, so on and so forth. Interesting on this new report type is the play axis. You can see it's being played by month. So anyway, lots of cool stuff in here, and I just thought kind of my tip of the day, it might be fun for you if you haven't had a chance to try this out, to take a look at this online demo at businessintelligencedemoportal.com and take a look at PowerView. Take care.